Oh boy, is this video for someone who is aligned, because when I just first went to make this video, it was 11:11. And this message was calling me specifically. This is for someone powerful. This is for someone who's been on the path for a while. Because this message is coming through for you that now is the time to allow yourself to receive all of the blessings. And you are remembering that the words that you speak create. That in the beginning was the Word, and you have planted these seeds. You have been the warrior in the garden. You have not been allowing the external reality to determine the conditioning of who you are going to be, and instead you went within yourself and you were able to find the cause within yourself to shift your own state of consciousness. So whoever this is for, you just shifted in a major way. You just came into alignment with your highest timeline. You recognize that it was already there. This has always been for you. This has always been who you were, who you are. And this rewriting of your story as putting the pen in your hands. It is putting the power back in your hands to create your reality. And you already know this. This is a refinement of this alchemy that you've been doing, because you are the answered prayers of your ancestors. You are this culmination of this gift that's meant to come through you for the collective. And as you are trusting more and more in this current of life, in this possibility, in the intuition, in the unseen realms, communicating to you, getting the owl, right? The owl has the ability to see through the darkness. They have the night vision. They know, they sit back. They see that you see them, they look so peaceful and majestic, but they're hunters, and they only use the energy that they need. They sit there and they wait. And when it's time to strike, you won't even see them coming for you through the night, because they know the law of least effort. You don't have to try so hard. In fact, what you do is you choose to be it. Be like a lion and wait. Be like the owl. Don't waste your energy. Know when the time is to strike. And when you choose to tune yourself into alignment first, when you choose to love yourself enough to give yourself the gift of tuning your instrument, of going into this prayerful state, and you recognize that you didn't need to be one of those people that said, I'll believe it when I see it. You said, no, I'll see it when I believe it. You chose to believe it anyways. The dream that you were gifted by Creator, the spark to put it into action. And you've been at this for a while. This is like a Kingmaker energy. This is like an initiation energy, right? This is like something powerful is coming through. And this is something you don't have to hold back from anymore, because you're stepping into flow state. So all these videos telling you about how to get past this block, how to still your mind. Quit believing in it. Quit believing in it. Quit buying the lie that you're not good enough, and that you need to constantly fix something, that you need to try harder, okay? Because you're gonna be the first fucking millionaire in your family. You are a system breaker. You are like a code buster. You're like a Neo in the Matrix. You're like someone who is here to do something so big that it changes the literal planet, that it changes the literal world. And because in that stillness, right, when you stop fighting it, this is the secret, right, of shadow work, is that what you resist persists. So when you don't reject the lower spectrum of the emotional scale, right, which moves from the low vibrations of shame, fear, regret, anger, all that, right? When you stop rejecting that, when you start loving that part of yourself, and you get into the state of not resisting it, right? You know that this allows your vibration to raise. And part of that transmutation is not living in the past, right? It's like, how many times can you revisit the memories until you're like, okay, this isn't for me to keep reliving these things, trying to heal them, right? This is for me when they're coming up. What can I learn from this? How can I transmute this energy? How can I put this into something, right? What can I create with this? What can I, and also not living in future paralysis, thinking so far ahead, but all the power is right here, right? Right here in the now. And you know this, that when you stop resisting the resistance, when you stop judging yourself for having a shadow, or other people too, right? And you're able to just like, in a way, feast on it. Like you're just looking at it lovingly and you're like, oh yeah, you're coming up. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, I'm going through this, yes. And you're just transmuting it. It's kind of like this image of a snake eating its own tail, right? The Ouroboros was a symbol of ancient alchemy. I don't demonize the snake, right? Because this is it represents the life force, because that is how you turn the lead into gold, is that you're getting into this place where when there's no resistance, there's just that, it's like, a cork underwater. It's just, and you're able to come up into these states of peace, of love, of joy, and moments of enlightenment, right? Of illumination, of inspiration, right? And as you're able to do that, there's this, you like realize you have a heart of gold. Like you're able to open your heart. You're able to get these downloads and inspirations and guidances that lead you exactly where, and this is exactly what I'm here to support you in remembering, is that you have this internal guidance system, right? And these things that are holding you back are actually part of your treasures. These trials that you've gone through have set you up to be this powerful creator in your life. And that as you have been alchemizing this, you've been able to recognize, to step into this new version of yourself, to step into your power, to step into being more connected to your intuition and to your ability to speak that into existence. Because when people say, I'll believe it when I see it. When you flip that around and you say, I'll see it when I believe it, you disconnect yourself from needing the external to conform to your expectations. And you tap into the ability to actually create what's going to happen. Because you tap into the remembering, I and the Father are one. Father comes from the word padre, which means pater is the root of it, which means pattern. It's the pattern consciousness. It's the light of consciousness, the seed of consciousness. Plants into the womb, the mother, the matter, the matrix. Matter is the root of the word mother, matter, and matrix. The pattern and the matter come together and they create. And this same process works within our consciousness, So when Christ said, I and the Father are one, he was saying, I am one with the pattern creating consciousness of God, of source, of the universe, of the all that is. And within that realization, you realize that the mind creates and the word manifests. Manifest. Mani means hand, festation. So through the hand of creation, which you are the apparatus of in your life, you become the version of you. So when you detach from saying, I need to see this thing so that I can be this thing, you say, I'm going to be this thing anyways, and eventually I'll see this thing. And even if I don't, I'll have a great time being who I want to be. Then you don't have to look at your bank account. You don't have to look at if they're texting you back. You don't have to look at if whether other people approve of you or not, because you are smart. And you realize the only thing you need to talk to is your creator. Though I'll get my validation from God, thank you very much. I'll get hired by God, thank you very much. I don't need that. And funny enough, when you don't need that, what starts to happen? All your blessings start to come in. I'm not talking about not doing anything. I'm talking about the law of least effort. I'm talking about being like an owl, waiting for the moment to see into the darkness, see into the unknown. And then when you see that, what you're going for, then you go, whoosh. But if you're wasting your energy, you're just wasting your time. And your time is the only thing you can't get back. It is a finite, limited resource. And so you are worthy of this upgrade, this shift that's happening, this stepping into your purpose that's happening, this disconnecting the leverage of your time for money to what you can productize and create as solutions into the world creates this scalability, right? And with all the tools that are available, with AI, with the internet, with automation, with all of these different ways that you can make money in the world, there are so many ways for you to make money, right? And so we're living in this time when it's about this shift from this old programming that it's about working harder and working longer, okay? What it was really about is about working smarter and more effectively, and how you can make more money while working less time. That's the new paradigm we want to shift into. And I understand that there's a grind. I've grinded, okay? Believe me, I understand the grind, okay? I used to work 12 to 14 hours a day driving for Uber for 2 years, okay? And like, over here, there's this point when you have to like keep going. Like even when people weren't watching the videos, even recent videos, I have to disconnect from caring, because if I tune into that, it will stop me from making more videos because I'm looking at the evidence. You have to be someone like a Steve Jobs. You can't look at what's already happened. That's dead and gone. That's the past. You have to look at a vision and you have to fully believe in it and fully commit yourself to being the character of that in your life. Like back when I was homeless, living out of a tent, before I got to live in a beautiful cabin, be with my beloved, have all this abundance in my life, man, I had to imagine that I had to connect and go within and use that time, and literally lived in a tent for 2 years. And in a way I chose that because I wanted to live closer to nature, but also like, I lived with very little. And in those times, what I found was my connection to Creator. I started connecting and envisioning myself as an entrepreneur, as somebody that could be successful, as an artist, as a creator. And I started tapping into these characters, right? I started seeing myself as Spider-Man, like somebody who could like use the webs and jump between, and I could change realities and I could save my day. And like, so it's about who you want to be, right? Like when you really take it down a notch of complication, it's about who you want to be. It's about grabbing that and saying, I'm going to be this. no matter what. Nothing is going to stop me from being who I am today. Nothing. I'm not going to let anything stop me from being who I am today. And that's a choice. And it's not always an easy choice to make. But ultimately, when you really take it back, what do we really want? We want to, everything that you think you want is really backed by a feeling of what it will feel like when you have it. So if you live in the end, it's really it's quantum jumping the movement back from the I need to have this in order to feel this. I need to have this money in order to feel abundant. I need to have this relationship in order to feel love. Flip that around. I can just go ahead and feel the love now. I can go ahead and just feel the abundance now. And then what will happen is that the things that match that vibration will start to appear in your reality. And so now you're in this point when it's like 333, 1111. You're in synchronization. The ideas are occurring to you, inspired, waking up once again, feeling like a child again. As this clearing is happening, as you're clearing it out, clearing out the gut, clearing out the trauma, clearing out any of that stuff, any of that attachment, any of that gunk, any of that negativity, you transmute it, clear it out, and you're like a clear slate. You're like, oh my God, I can connect. And you just taking those sweet moments to just talk to your God within yourself, talk to your creator, talk to source, whatever you want to call it. And inside of that, yeah, I'm passionate about this, because inside of that, everything starts to open up. You get this direct, clear channel, and then you step into that flow state. It's like inspiration, the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step, the next. And you fly. So thank you for tuning in. If you would like any support on your journey, you can get one-on-one coaching with me. I will include the link for people to apply to that below. And I will see you on the next video.